Hi everybody, welcome to Stamping with Melva. I'm Melva Peters and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in British Columbia, Canada. And you can find me online at stampingwithmelva.com. It's Thursday night, and every other Thursday night I jump on. I call it Time for a Technique. And so tonight we're going to do something called triple stamping. This is a technique I haven't done in a while. So I was kind of looking around for a new technique and decided, I came across this, and I remember making a card at an event. It's a long time ago now, using this technique, and I really liked it. It was all in black and red and white, and it was very stunning. And I decided that tonight I'm going to make a card, and I'm going to use the hand Penned Petals Stamp Set, and I'm going to show you some of the new in colors that are so pretty. You're going to love them when they launch come May 3rd. Gosh, Stampin' Up has done an amazing job with these colors this time round. And I don't always say that about the in colors, but this time they're pretty amazing, I have to say. So hello, Lynette. Good, I can see at least some people joining. That's perfect. All right, I'm going to switch over to my desktop and we'll get started with this card. All right, so this is the hand Penned Petals, and I'm going to use this stamp here, and of course the ones that you can color in. Now, I don't have a card to show you of what I'm actually going to do. Oh, but I dropped some of my cardstock. That's not good. There we go. Let's pick up the cardstock first. Okay, so I am using, first let me show you this amazing new color. This is Sweet Sorbet. It is so pretty. It's kind of a combination of, kind of reminds me of Poppy Parade, but it's a little pinkier than Poppy Parade. So really pretty. So it's a bit of a cross between Real Red and Poppy Parade. It kind of reminds me, if you, Haley, remember a few years ago we had an in color called Watermelon Wonder, I think it was called. It is kind of like that. I think Watermelon Wonder was even a little different than this as well. All right, so this is my card base, and I have cut it 4 1/4 by 11. So we are going to score this. Ooh, makes me wonder whether I've got well, maybe not. It looked a little short to me. So I'm just going to, oh gosh, this is tight. I just want to measure and make sure I didn't grab it. No, it is 11 inches. For some reason, it just looked shorter than that. All right, so I have scored it at 5 1/2. As always, this is the side I scored on. This is the raised line, or the mountain, as I call it. So fold into the mountain and just give it a good crease with your bone folder. Okay, so I've got that piece. Now, I've got a piece of basic white that I've cut 4 inches by 5 1/4. And I've got 2 other pieces of basic white. This one is 2 inches by 4 inches. But it doesn't really matter what. You need 3 pieces of paper, basically, 3 pieces of cardstock. Let's get that out of the way. So that one is that. And then I've got a piece that is 2 inches by 2 1/2 inches. And what you're going to do is, and I'm going to use, if you have some repositioning tape, which Stampin' Up used to sell, but don't anymore, you can use that. But what you're going to do, as I said, doesn't really matter what these sizes of pieces are. You just need 3 pieces of cardstock. I'm going to take 2 glue dots. And I'm going to take, and oops, blurry. You're not going to see this. I'm going to take, well, actually, I'm going to just rub these glue dots on my sleeve. And it kind of stickies them, if that makes sense, because I don't want them to be really sticky. I just want them to be able to, well, they're quite sticky. Let's do that again. I just want to kind of take some of the stickiness off of them so that I can use them. I'm really just using them to position my pieces, because I'm going to remove them after I have done some stamping. So I'm going to position this piece on here, roughly where I want it to go, like that. And then I'm going to position this piece on it, like that. So now I have got my, and it's going to maybe be hard for you to see, but I have got my 3 pieces of cardstock. Oops, that one's shifted, stuck down. Now, what I'm going to do is I have got my image that I want to stamp. And you could do a bunch of different images. I'm going to do this multiple times. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp. And now what I want is this image is going to go across all 3 of these pieces. So it's stamped down, and it'll make more sense when. All right, so now I'm going to take and stamp this up like this. Again, it's going across all 3 of these pieces of cardstock. Hey, Tamarish. Okay, and now let's see, what else do I want? Maybe I'll do one more down in this corner. And just a little peekaboo up here. All right, so I've got my stamping done with my outline anyway. Now my image has got lots. I'm going to color. I didn't want to bring my Stampin' Blends in because I thought you will get very tired of me coloring with this. So I have grabbed Orchid Oasis, which is one of the new in colors. It's kind of a periwinkle, purpley blue color, periwinkle. That's soft sorbet. And this is one of my favorites, Parakeet Party. So bright green. So let's do the sweet sorbet first. And I'm going to stamp the big flower. Again, I'm leaving my cardstock positioned, and I'm going to stamp the inside. And so this is going to go across all of these pieces. And we will do this is one of my favorite stamp sets, I have to say. Okay, there we go. Now I have got, let's put that away. With the Orchid Oasis, I'm going to stamp some of these smaller flowers. So we'll start by full strength stamping on some of these bigger flowers. And again, I am stamping across, if it goes across all, it extends across where the lines or the edges of the cardstock are. I am stamping across all of these edges, or across both pieces. Okay, and now let's put that over there. I've got the smaller image. I'm going to do some stamping off just to kind of change the color. Isn't that pretty together? The Orchid Oasis and this Sweet Sorbet. Probably not one I would have necessarily thought of doing, but I'm going to stamp off just so we get a bit of a different color. I'm hoping this will start to make sense once I'm able to pull this apart, but you really want to adhere these kind of with a glue dot, and then we'll pull them apart afterwards. Okay, now there is. Now where's my little tiny, I'm missing a flower here. Oh no, I got all the flower pieces. I wanted the little flower. Okay, I guess we'll use this one. All right, I'm going to stamp. I'm going to make these really light here. And that one. Okay. For some reason, I'm missing a flower, but and I've got my fingers in my ink. I grab a baby wipe. Last thing I want is to get ink all over my piece. All right, so let's do some stamping with this Parakeet Party with the leaves. So we'll just, again, I'm just, if the leaf goes across the 3 pieces or the 2 of the pieces, I am just stamping so that it crosses over or is on both pieces. All right, I've got a smaller leaf here. I have used this stamp set so much that they're not sticking very well to my blocks. What you can do in that case is you can take, and I should do this, is you can take your stamps and wash them using a detergent, or you can use hand sanitizer as well, but washing it with something like Dawn or some other detergent works quite well to get the, this is really from the oils in my fingers as I've touched these stamps. Okay, oh gosh, this is so pretty. Oh my goodness. I'm hoping you guys can see how pretty this is with these colors. I wasn't so sure how these colors were going to go together, but oh my gosh. Okay, continue stamping. You can see how long this would have taken had I decided to grab my blends, which was my first thought. I really am missing a flower here, and I'm not sure. But there really isn't a little tiny flower to stamp those. So those will just have to be not colored. Okay. Now, I think I'm missing a little one here on the corner that should be Sweet Sorbet. So we will kind of fill that in here. There we go, like that. Okay, I think that's good enough stamping. All right, so now what you want to do is you're going to pull these off. And you can see, gently pull it off. So you can see I've got 3 different pieces of cardstock, but the stamping is kind of, you'll know where they fit. Now I have cut a piece of Sweet Sorbet that is 1/4 inch bigger. So this piece was 2 inches by 2.5. This piece of Sweet Sorbet is 2 1/4 by 2 3/4, I think. 2 1/4 by 2 3/4. So we're going to adhere this piece. So this piece will go on like this. And then this piece that was 2 inches by 4 inches, my piece of Sweet Sorbet is 2 1/4 by 4 1/4. So whatever size your cardstock pieces were, you cut your piece 1/4 inch bigger. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take, you could use dimensionals if you want. I'm going to just adhere this one flat. So now you want to just put these pieces back roughly where they are. So your stamping will line up again, and it will, but you'll have the mat, this coordinating mat cardstock behind it. Now, the question is, shall I use, I think I'm just going to, actually I'm going to use dimensionals on this side. Thanks, Melissa. Yeah, I have done this technique in such a long time, but I really love how it turns out. All right, so then this piece will go on like this. And then this piece will go on like this. So I'm going to just adhere this flat. Tuesday night when I did my sketch challenge, I had problems with this liquid glue, and I had to kind of dig out I had left it sit with the lid off for too long, and it got a bit of a clog in it. So I had to use my take your pick tool, the piercing, the pokey part, to dig out that clog. And now it's definitely got a really wide opening, and I've got this not quite lined up. Let's see if I can pull this off. That's the the nice side, the nice thing about the liquid glue is it's a little more forgiving than Stamp and Seal. Okay, there we go. All right, now 2 things I forgot. I'm just going to grab. I forgot a piece of basic white for the inside of the card, but I also want a piece. Actually, I want some sweet sorbet as well. There we go. So I want to put a sentiment, and so I'm just going to cut. My thanks isn't very big. So my thanks is about, if I, let's see, it's about 1 3/4 by 3/4. So let's cut just a piece that is 3/4 of an inch wide. Oops. By 1 3/4. Oopsie. I got glue on my fingers, that's sticking. All right, so there's for that. And then we can, I've just got a piece of sweet sorbet. So let's just trim this off. So I want this one to be 1 inch. Well, I wonder if that's going to be wide enough. Yeah, it is. 1 inch by 2 inches. So this will be the mat for my sentiment piece. Again, I make my mats 1/4 of an inch, typically 1/4 of an inch bigger than my other piece. You can make them 1/8 of an inch bigger, and then you just have just a kind of a peekaboo. You know, Tamarish, you can use any stamp set that you have a bunch of different flowers work really well, but where you have some, you know, images that you can, you know, stamp and give a kind of repeating pattern. But I've seen it done with flowers for sure. I think I did it at one point. There was a kind of a maritime sailor one with a compass and a ship's wheel and things like that. I did it with that. So it doesn't have to be flowers. So lots of different options. So I'm just going to use dimensionals to pop this up. And then I'm going to use dimensionals on this backing. Now, let's see. I probably need double dimensionals on this one end because I've already got dimensionals. And so I kind of have to get this to the same height. So let's double dimensional that. Like that. That's just, the colors are so pretty. Now, what else have I got? I grabbed, this is the new, this is 1/8 inch, say that fast, metallic woven ribbon. And it comes in all of the in colors. So this is the Orchid Oasis. I also grabbed it in Parakeet Party. What I like about this is it's not completely matchy of the in colors. It's a little bit darker. And so what's cool from that perspective is that it will go with, like this one is purpley and will definitely go with Gorgeous Grape, for example. And the one, the Starry Sky, is dark enough that it really coordinates with the Night of Navy. So some great options. So I think what I'm going to do is put these two together. Why not? Let's see if I can tie a bow. Like that. A combination bow. You can do this with twine. And this nice 1/8 inch ribbon makes it really nice. It's small enough that you can do this. I want to just get that big enough. There we go. I don't want a really big bow. There we go. Tie it tight. And then let's just put that maybe right there. Or let's see. No, I think there with a glue dot. Where did my glue dots go? There they You know, when you have stuff and you know you just had the glue dots. Oh, there they are, over on the other side. All right. So let's put that one there. And then the other thing I grabbed, so this is also new. These are the in color matte decorative dots. And so these ones are the ones that coordinate with the new in colors. They come in 2 different sizes in a variety of shades of the in colors. So we will use some of them that are the darker. Let's put one there. And some of these little tiny ones, they're really pretty. Just kind of switching it up. Some are light, so we'll just put a couple. And maybe that one there. All right, those are really pretty. Okay, and now the last thing I need, and I need to cut this because I'm pretty sure this is bigger than what I need. I need this. This is my inside of my card. So 4 inches by 5 1/4 is what I usually make my standard card base or inside of my card. And I grabbed some more stamps. So there are so many stamps in this hand penned petals. So I grabbed this one. I'm going to stamp that in Memento. And then there is this that will put little kind of dots or petals, I guess, above it. Just something on the inside of my card. That way, it's at least got something decorating on the inside. When I go to give it away, I don't have to stop, and all I have to do is write a note. Okay, there we go. All right, so how many of you have put your order in for the free shipping? So Stampin' Up! Is offering free shipping today on orders of, in Canada, over $100. So it's a great deal because you're saving, well, if you're, so $100, it would be 11%. So it's a great deal. You have until, I'm going to say 10:59 Pacific or thereabouts. So make sure you get your orders in. It's only 1 day only. So you want to take advantage. Oh, great, Emrys, you did. Yeah, it's a perfect way to get some of the supplies. Some of the prices are going up in the new catalog, which starts on May 3rd. So if you've got some things you've been wanting, or if you want to stock up on basic white card stock or adhesives and things like that, this is a great chance to do that. Now, I have to say, this is way prettier than what I thought it was going to. I have to say, I wasn't so sure what it was going to look like, but gosh, it's really pretty. I do say so myself. All right, so I hope you'll try this triple stamping technique. As I said, I haven't done it in a long time, but gosh, it's fun, and the card is really pretty. So try it out. Try some different kinds of stamps. Like I said, it doesn't have to be flowers. You can do all sorts of things. And it doesn't matter what the sizes of basic white or very vanilla cardstock are that you do. You just need 3 pieces. So like I said, I started out with a full 4 inches by 5 1/4 for my base, and then took 2 smaller pieces and just, like I said, take a glue dot, rub it on your sweater or your pants to kind of de-stick it a little bit so it's not quite as sticky as it would be. And that way you can get those pieces of basic white cardstock off when you need to add the mat behind it. All right, everybody, I hope you enjoyed that. I had fun making it. Don't forget, if you do want to put an order in, you still have some time before it closes off tonight, and to get that free shipping. Let's see what else. I will be back live at 11 a.m. Pacific on Saturday, and then at 12 noon Pacific on Sunday with some cards for you. So I hope you'll join me then. Hope you have a great evening, everybody. Thanks. Happy stamping. Bye.